and we're going to discuss the throwback. So we're going to be making, I'm not going to be showing you how to make it, but we're going to be selling one of our old throwback screen paints from back in the day, which is called Digital1crystal Screen Paint 3.0. It was designed a little different than some of the screen paints we first started making. So we're going to do about, let's say, 50 in the shopping cart at $45 a quart. Now, before we go down this road, we got to do testing. Testing is always important. As I said before, it's not going to be one of those quick screen paints. We're going to be testing against his product. We're going to be testing against primer. We're going to test against the original Digital1crystal screen paint. And we're going to do the 22 feet back distance. The whole 9 yards will be put the higher screens through. Now, as I said before, this product, what we're going to bring out, it's not going to be to compete with the new technology we have. New technology today we have, we'll crush that stuff with no problem. This was why we call it a throwback. It's an old product that we had. We just never really got a chance to get on the market because, as I said before, it's right around the time we had the contract problems and it never got launched. So I figured this particular individual, since he has a habit of putting his, he never tested, I just thought about that. He never did any reviews against the ultralight gray. He didn't do any reviews against the black silver. Those were gray screens. I wonder why. Maybe it's because he knew those screens were going to give him competition. That's why he chooses the darker screens, because the darker screens are not going to be to produce such a high white level as the screen. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring out a product. And it's going to be way cheaper than his product, much more affordable, and it's going to be an outperformance of his product. If it's not able to match it or outperform it. We can't put the UV mix in there because UV mix is not going to be in that category of that product at all, period, at all. So we can't put the UV mix in there. Trust me, you don't want it in there. It's not going to do well. It's definitely going to have some problems with that screen. But we're going to do the light gray screen versus light gray screen paints. And how I feel is that if you're going to be selling a product, you should at least have tests behind it. He has no test behind this product, but we're going to show you how it's done. We're going to put the test. Same thing we did with the ultralight grays, which he didn't do any tests against. And the same thing we did against the black silvers, which he didn't do any demonstrations against. He won't go against a product that's almost like his own because in fear that he can't find a way around it to basically cheat the screen. And if you want, we will send you up a quart for free. That's how this is how badly this stuff is going to pretty much damage your product. I told you before when I try to explain to you, I've been working on screen paints for almost forever. Everything that you make, I already know how to make. Already know how to make it. I got the video stamps to prove it. The time stamps to prove it. We've been making your product for 8, 9 years ago. So it's easy for me to bring out a product, a throwback that we had from way back, that will either outperform or match your screen. Like I said, it's not a problem, but that's what we're going to do. If you're going to pay for a product like that, at least have a product that's tested. So you can say, hey, look, the product is tested. It stands by its name. Then have a product that's going to be sitting in the dark all day long, with a high-end projector, ultra 4K laser projector. We don't need any of that over here to produce a beautiful image. And this way we can keep things nice and fair because, like I said, I just thought about that. You have never did one review on those light gray screen paints. And that's the reason why you didn't do that. It's because you knew they were going to give you a really hard way to go. That's why you stayed away from them. You only go near the darker paints because that's where you can basically brag about, oh, my levels are white. Big deal, Skippy. Everybody knows that. And everybody in the professional field that knows that a darker screen's white levels are going to drop. Just like when it comes to a light gray screen, contrast and color is going to drop. Only difference is the technology we're going to make is the fact that the contrast levels are going to be extremely good, and the white and the color is going to be extremely good. But as I said before, we're going to tell you like it is. We're going to put it against a black screen and show you what's going to happen. We're going to put it against that magenta upstairs and show you what's going to happen. We're going to put in honest information in there. We're going to show you the star field demonstration, how it's not going to be able to pull up like a black screen. It's not going to do a lot of things that the darker screens can do. I'm not going to come in here and do demonstrations in the dark. I'm not going to trick you and make you think that that screen paint is going to be equal to any of the black screens we develop in here. It is not going to be equal to any of them at all, period. That's why the price is so low on it. It can't compete with anything we have in here. So I'm not going to do some dark demonstration and say, hey, look how dark the contrast levels are, and never show you a star field demonstration in a fully lit environment. I'm going to show you what the product can do and what it can't do. That's it. And then after that, we get ready. We'll put 50 in the shopping cart. It'll be a limited time. It's not going to be sold forever. And you can get it at $45. Now, mind you, you can't do worldwide shipping because worldwide shipping would kill me. I'm sorry, but at $45, and worldwide shipping costs me for one of those packages right there costs me $37 to do worldwide shipping on one of those. So can't do that. So I do apologize for that. Hold on for a minute. Get a few words done real quick. That's 2 gallons. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So I'm not going to do any, demonstrations in the dark and zooming up on the screen and all that hocus pocus nonsense. We're not doing any of that. I'm going to show you exactly the pros and cons of the product. It'll be written there on a specification sheet. You'll get a chance to see the test. And we'll put the product against the blacker screens and the screens we have in the house so you can see the difference. But you also get a chance to see it against primer, just in case you're curious how it's going to react to primer and his products. So you can see exactly the difference. And like I said, price point, I don't see how anybody's charging $75 for that stuff. It's 8 years old. That's why we're charging $45 for it. It's an 8-year-old product. Like I said, you go back and check those demonstrations back in the day at that particular era. When I was around 2012, 2013, 2012 and 2013, everybody had gray screens. Everybody was making some kind of goo or a screen paint product and mixing this and mixing that and stuff like that. That stuff was years ago. I mean, everybody was expecting to be in the dark. If you look at the videos from that timeline to the videos now, you'll see everybody now doing videos in bright lit demonstrations, in bright lit environments. Then, no, everybody was doing demonstrations in the dark. That's like trying to compare the 70s to now. In the 70s, when people did slideshows and reel-to-reels, they didn't have lights on. They turned the lights off automatically, shut the curtains. That's what I understand how they still try to sell white screens. I don't know that part at all, period. All right, so really quick shipping update for my customers, real quick. These orders are going out today. We're just finishing up right now. I got containers coming in on Wednesday to knock out the remaining other orders, so that'll be taken care of and done also. We'll be doing the black screen on the invisible technology probably 2 days from now because I got some other things I have to work on, so I have to put that on hold for a bit. We got time to get to that. And then for the ingredients for the Digital1crystal 3.0, it's already done. The ingredients are sitting there right on the table. God don't play around. He don't play around. It's sitting there right on the table. Well, I can put it together today. I can actually make it today. And we'll do some demonstrations on that today. So we'll get started on that. All right, people. With that being said, like I said, it's up to you. I'm going to say, if you are into a light gray screen and that's what you want and that's your thing, then it's there for $45. Put 50 in the shopping cart. We'll put a timeline on it, which will probably be about 4 days. Either way, one or the other runs out when we shut it down. That's it. We're not going to be selling this forever, so just let you know. But it just goes to show you that you really don't have to go. And I'll tell you something. There's plenty of other people on eBay right now that's selling product that's better than his, way better than his, and pretty much probably done more testing in his product. So yeah, we'll put that out there real quick. All right. Thank you all. Gotta go, and God bless.